Hi, welcome to the Rise and Ride Show, the space for horse riders who have lost their confidence but are ready to find their joy again. If you've ever felt nervous in the saddle or doubted yourself, you're not alone. We've all been there, including me. This is your space to feel seen, supported and hopefully inspired again. Each week we explore simple, practical ways to rebuild your confidence. I am Katie, I'm from Align and Advance, and I'm so happy you're here. Let's get started. So, this week we are talking about fear to freedom. How do you want your perfect ride to look? So, we're talking about the power of visualization here. In this episode, I really want you to kind of understand how fear shapes your ride and realize that you are mentally rehearsing the wrong outcome when you're frightened the majority of the time, and to learn how to consciously visualize calm, confident rides, and leave with practical visualization exercises to help give you the best rides possible. Have you ever got on your horse already picturing what might go wrong? I have. So when you start to picture the things that might go wrong, often you end up with physical symptoms from you picturing that scenario. So you might get tight stomach, tight hands, you might like hold your reins too short, like hold your breath, you might already be anticipating the spook or the explosion. It's really, really a horrible way to start your ride. You're obviously already, if you've ever felt like that and you've ever done this, you're absolutely incredibly good at visualization already. You're just visualizing the wrong thing. And it's so much easier. Why is it so much easier to visualize the negatives? I don't know. It's a weird human behavior. But we want to go from fear to freedom, and we want you to choose how your rides look, and we want to use like the science behind the power of visualization to give you those rides in reality. So it's about turning the fear into the joy. Fear is protection. It's not weakness. It's our body's natural protective state. The brain cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined scenario and real ones. So you may as well imagine the good ones. So how a lot of us mentally rehearse for rides is that we get on and we see something and we think they're going to spook at that. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, it's going to be a really spooky ride. Oh, it's windy. And then we imagine the spooking, we imagine the bolting, we imagine the embarrassment of another horrific ride. And we imagine falling off and hurting ourselves. It's horrible. But your body rides the story, the brain tells it. So your brain is kind of going, that's definitely what's going to happen then. Oh my God, we're all going to die. So it links then to tension in your body, tension transferring to the horse, and the horse responding to that energy. So it's no good for anybody. Elite riders and elite athletes, runners, boxers, all of that, they use visualization all the time to see themselves winning. I think it was Muhammad Ali that it was really amazing at visualizing, and just never ever could see himself doing anything but winning, and that's what he did. So you need to take a little bit of time if you're gonna kind of go down this route, and it is a really easy and really wonderful route to go down. Give yourself some time to visualize how you want your ride to look. Okay, so let's just go through some questions. If fear wasn't in charge, what would your ride look like? Okay. How would you feel mounting your horse? What would your breathing feel like? How would your horse move when you first got on, if you were feeling in this happy state? What would your hands look like? How would your shoulders feel? And what would your face feel and look like? I'm like one of these people that really holds tension here and in my jaw. So if I'm starting to feel tense about something, I'll like wriggle my shoulders around and like wriggle my jaw as well, or talk. I'm always talking, but talk about things. So with visualization, the keys in the details. So going through those questions that I just asked you really carefully. You can even like write them down, like your feelings, because sometimes it's easier not to keep asking yourself the question in the head, just to read, oh, this is how I feel. And then go really into the details. What are you doing? What ride are you doing? Are you hacking? Are you in the arena? Are you at a competition? Really imagine yourself there. What's the weather like? What sounds can you hear? What's your posture like? Are you feeling soft and gentle and calm? And really, really hone in on those feelings, because the more that you can hone in on those and practice visualizing the scene but with the feelings attached, the stronger this will be. You can't really create what you want without knowing what you want. So, you've got to know what you're chasing here. So if you can really vividly visualize that, that's what you can aim for. So the science and psychology around like visualization, the more you do it, the better, because repetition strengthens the brain's neural pathways. I don't know if you've listened to any other episodes and I've spoken about neuroplasticity, but we can rewire our brain into thinking different ways. And if we can just keep concentrating on this positive visualization, then that's the right way the brain will think is the truth. Mental rehearsal builds familiarity. Familiarity just makes everything in life so much easier. Your brain will just assume, again, well, this is how things are. Like we get up every morning, we brush our hair, we brush our teeth. That's just what we do. We don't think about it. And it just becomes so easy. Like driving, when you first learn to drive, it's hard to remember all the things that you've got to do, all the things you've got to look out for. Now, like we go driving along with our music on, singing our heads off, and or listening to amazing podcasts. But it becomes easy. So the more mental rehearsal you can do, the more easy this stuff becomes. The nervous system calms down when something feels known. So if it feels like this is not the normal, then the nervous system will just chill out and go, oh, all right then, that's fine. We'll do that then. So if you repeatedly visualize calm, balanced rides, then your brain will start to treat that as the norm. So that is going to help basically everything. It can help like confidence rebuilding. For whatever reason your confidence has been knocked, it can help with post-fall recovery. So you're not just keep visualizing the fall and the horrible accident that happened. You're visualizing life now after the accident, the way it's going to be better. It can help with returning from time off. That was my problem. And it can help riding a spooky horse as well, because if you are really calm, that is going to help the horse stay in a calm state. So what I'm going to do is I am going to link in the show notes to I'm going to give you a free guided visualization. So I'll record a guided visualization for you, and I'll put it in the show notes, so you can just click on that link and download the guided visualization, and you can just do that while you're at home, or like when you arrive at the yard, you could do it in the car, or you could just like stick your earbuds in while you're mucking out or something and do it then. Okay, so if you don't want the guided visualization, you could kind of go through these steps. So before you ride, just for 2 minutes, while you're like grooming or mucking out or poo picking or still in the car, just visualize the first 5 minutes of your ride going really, really well, honing in on your body language, how you feel in your body, how this is going to make you feel, and how it's going to make your horse feel. The deeper you can go with it, the more your brain will believe it. You can also like start this the night before, because sometimes we start to get tense before we've even gone to the yard, if things have got really bad. So you can play your ideal ride as you fall asleep, which is a really nice way to fall asleep, because you're not then thinking of all the millions of other jobs that you've got to do. And if you download the guided visualization, that's a really nice thing to do at bedtime. And then if you have a really nice ride, because it does happen, doesn't it? And you surprise yourself. If you have a really nice ride, replay it to yourself, relive it. It's so worth reliving. Or even your most favourite ride that you've ever had, even if it's not recent, just replay it. And then if fear does pop up, bloody fear, jumping up at inopportune moments, try not to spiral. Give yourself a moment, stop, take a breath, and just keep saying to yourself, steady walk, soft hands, breathing. Do a nice long breath in, and then a longer exhale, and then go steady walk, soft hands, breathing, and then just work your way through like that. And then once you've kind of calmed back down a little bit, start your visualization again. Feardom? That's freedom and fear mixed together. So freedom isn't like never ever feeling fear, or having the perfect horse. I don't know. I mean, there must be lucky people out there that have the perfect horse, but I've always had ones that are a little bit spicy. Having the perfect horse or being brave every second, okay? It is having a plan, choosing the picture in your mind, riding the story that you want to ride, and putting plans in place for helping you when you feel bad, okay? Your horse can feel what you believe is coming. That's so important. So what are you choosing to believe? You know, if you are thinking, I mean, you'll be thinking like, oh my God, I just know around this part of the ride, there's always like pigeons in the bush and they're going to fly out and get us. You know, the tenseness that you are then feeling, your horse doesn't know it's just a pigeon. It might think it's like an axe-wielding monster, poor little thing. So, you know, choose what you are going to believe, okay? I would really love to know if your visualizations help. So you are absolutely welcome to DM me on Instagram or email me, and just tell me what your freedom ride looks like. I'd love to hear. But and if you want any more help with this, then I offer a 6-week group riding confidence call, or I can do private riding confidence coaching too. Then feel free to email me or book a discovery call. I'll put some links in the show notes so that you can do that, or you can email me on alignandadvance@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening to this, and I hope it helps. And again, I really mean it. I would love to hear about your visualizations. Take care. Bye.